in psychosis. Now laugh with me.
This is from the BBC. Native Americans see omen in Yellowstone's rare white bison calf.
Incredibly rare white bison calf has been photographed in Yellowstone National Park, exciting Native American tribes who view it as a religious sign heralding major change. It was spotted in the Lamar Valley area and is the first white bison to be born and the last wild herd in the U.S. according to modern records. Montana photographer Aaron Bratton took photos of the young buffalo in the Lamar Valley on June 4th while visiting the park with 3 of her 8 children. Stuck in traffic caused by a slow-moving herd, she noticed a young calf cross the river nearly 100 meters away and initially mistook it for a coyote because of its sandy-like color. The birth of a white buffalo is a sacred event for many native tribes on the Great Plains, including the Lakota people, who believe that it relates to a time around 2,000 years ago when food was scarce and the bison were rarely seen. The Lakota legend tells of a beautiful woman who appeared and delivered the gifts of a sacred pipe and bundle to the people. The woman told them that she would return to restore harmony in a troubled world, and then rolled on the ground 4 times, changing color each time before becoming a white buffalo calf. Her departure led the bison to return, and white buffaloes are now seen as a sign that prayers are being heard and that change is coming. The white buffalo woman is considered the central prophet in the theology of many tribes, including the Sioux, Cherokee, Comanche, and Navajo. Simon Moya Smith, a Lakota writer who is also raised on the white buffalo woman's story, told the BBC that tradition says the arrival of a white calf is seen as both a blessing and a warning. Every time a white calf is seen, you have this prophecy of something good or something bad will happen, but we know it's going to be great. Great in the sense that it's going to be significant. Lakota elders will attend the event, and other tribes may send delegates. Chief Arvo Lookinghorse, who is the 19th generation keeper of the pipe, believed to have been given by the white buffalo woman, said that the calf's arrival was a sign we must do more. All nations should come together at their sacred places and unify with us in prayer. He said. He called the calf's arrival a blessing and a warning. I'm overwhelmed. It's a miracle, the spiritual leader told BBC News on Thursday. He noted that the calf seen in Yellowstone had black eyes, a black nose, and black hooves, as the prophecy predicted. The National Bison Association estimates that only 1 or 2 white bison are born each year.
This is from Popular Science. Every human semen sample contained microplastics in a new study. Scientists detected styrofoam, PVC, and other toxic chemicals.
As if last month's news that microplastics are easily detectable in human testicles wasn't bad enough, a new study now further confirms an unfortunately logical conclusion to the uncomfortable truth. Polymer particles are increasingly being found in semen, and while previous research documented the pollutants in some samples, the latest results are especially disconcerting. According to a new report in the Journal of Science of the Total Environment, a medical team collaborating across multiple universities in China recently discovered various types of microplastics within every semen sample collected from a total of 40 males selected from a general population pool. As the Guardian noted on June 10th, a total of 8 different plastics were found in the samples. The most prevalent were polyestyrene, is most commonly used for packaging like styrofoam and CD jewel cases, plastic bags, followed by PVC. This is not great news. Mounting evidence indicates these now practically unambiguous microplastics are detrimental to human health and appear to be tied to biological issues, hormone irregularities, and potentially reduced sperm counts. Apart from human testicles and their contents, the pollution has been detected in people's lungs, blood, placenta, and even breast milk. As an emerging body of research increasingly implicates microplastic exposure as a potential factor impacting human health, understanding the extent of human contamination in relations to reproductive outcomes is imperative. Unfortunately, the news isn't exactly shocking, since it's difficult to find a place on the planet that doesn't include traces of microplastics now. From the deepest depths of the ocean to Mount Everest, the toxic debris is basically everywhere at this point. Often undetectable to the naked eye, microplastics can enter a human body through the food they eat, water they drink, and even simply the air they breathe. More investigation is needed, but early evidence the particles can cause tissue inflammation, as well as elevated risks of stroke and heart attack. And then there's potentially specific effects on males. Globally, about 15% of couples experience infertility, among which male factor infertility accounts for 50% of the cases, the researchers wrote, adding that the male infertility continues to increase in tandem with the ongoing deterioration of semen quality. But even as more males display lower sperm counts and similar issues, impaired sperm remains unidentified in about 40% of men. And thanks to studies such as these, it's becoming increasingly likely that microplastics may have something to do with this.